Students, good afternoon, everyone. Here, Dr. K.M. Sumati feels immense pleasure to join you all for the International Virtual Seminar on Embracing the New Normal in English Language Education, Contextualized Best Practices and Solutions in Challenging Times, organized by the Department of English. This prestigious institution feels elated and honored to get connected with today's chief guest, Dr. H.C. Aslam Khan, Senior Academic and Executive Vice Chairman of Erican Education Group, Malaysia, Council Member of NAPEI, Malaysia, Vice President too of Malaysian Association of Education. The 21st century has brought great changes and challenges in all aspects of education, especially in English language teaching. Information and communication technologies enable us to access and use nearly unlimited resources and incredible instruments while connecting with one another at the same time. Currently, the significance of information technology is learned and enjoyed in each and every step of our lives. A growing digital networked infrastructure has enabled us to access and use nearly unlimited and incredible resources. Current scenario advances new developments in technology, provides opportunities to create well-designed, learner-centered, interactive, affordable, efficient, flexible e-learning environments. Indeed, web-based technologies and powerful internet connections provide various new possibilities and latest trends for teachers and learners. However, the type of learning that is going on as a result of technological advancement distinguishes itself from the kinds of learning that existed in the past. In the 21st century, learning does not necessarily take place in a classroom. Rather, it happens all around us, everywhere, and it is powerful. It is lifelong interest that is renewed and redefined on a continual basis. This phenomenon, the new culture of learning, is challenging, especially during pandemic. The new culture of learning is all about embracing change, not fighting it. Embracing change means looking forward to what will come next. It means viewing the future as a set of opportunities rather than something that forces us to adjust. With the short intro, let me invite very inspiring, amicable, and impressive personality of our college, Dr. G.S. Angelin, head of the Department of English, to deliver welcome address and introduce the chief guest. Over to Dr. G.S.
Good afternoon, everybody. Respected principal, esteemed guest speaker of today, learned professors, and my dear scholars and students. I deem it a proud privilege to give the welcome address today. First of all, I would like to welcome our principal, Dr. D. Lakshmi, who has spared her valuable time to be with us to preside over the international webinar organized by the Department of English and to deliver the presidential address. I take this opportunity to acknowledge her support and encouragement towards the conduct of this virtual seminar. I welcome you wholeheartedly, madam. Thank you. I am immensely pleased to welcome the resource person, Dr. Aslam Khan, Senior Academic and Executive Vice Chairman of Erican Education Group, Malaysia. He is also the council member of NAPEI, Malaysia, and Vice President of Malaysian Association of Education. He obtained his academic and professional qualifications from Malaysia and UK. He is a recipient of National Excellent Teacher Award in 1992. He was awarded the title Excellent Senior Lecturer in 2008. He has been awarded Doctor of Excellence in English Language Education and 21st Century Education. He has received 4 National Excellent Service Award and 1 International Excellent Service Award. We are fortunate to have a person of excellence as a speaker of today's webinar. He has vast experience in planning, implementing, coordinating, and managing national and international teacher education and professional training programs. He was a member of the steering committee for teacher training twinning programs between Malaysia and UK, Australia and New Zealand. He was also the project manager of Malaysia-Australia Education project for Afghanistan. He was the head of international and corporate department at the Institute of Teaching Education, International Language Campus, Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, for 10 years. He served in the executive committee and has been the vice president of Malaysian English Language Teaching Association for 23 years. He has served in the Ministry of Education, Malaysia, for 39 years prior to his retirement. He has contributed substantially towards seminars, conferences, journals, and training programs for 12 years. We are indeed happy to listen to such an eminent personality. My hearty welcome to you, sir. I render a very warm welcome to the teaching fraternity and an enthusiastic welcome to the scholars and students for whose benefit this webinar has been organized. My amiable welcome to all of you. Once again, I welcome you one and all. Thank you.
Thank you, dear ma'am. The mediocre teacher tells, the good teacher explains, the superior teacher demonstrates, and the great teacher inspires. Amidst we have such an inspiring personality and an erudite scholar, our respected dear ma'am, Dr. D. Lakshmi, principal of our college, whose constant support strengthens the academic activities of the college. She is a visionary and a dynamic person to assume and handle the challenges positively and successfully. I am much delighted to invite our respected principal to deliver presidential address. Over to Dr. D. Lakshmi.
Good morning. Good morning, sir. The struggle you are in today is developing the strength you need for tomorrow. The pandemic situation has driven us into challenging times with regard to teaching and learning area. We face real world challenges which have made us depend on technology. Initially, both the teachers and the students felt it very difficult to adapt the new situation. But as days went by, it became a new normal. Without technology, education might have come to a standstill. But because we were able to switch over to the digital mode, teaching and learning has continued. Technology has been a boon in the challenging times by breaking the geographical boundaries. We were able to listen to the resource person from the different parts of the nations by conducting national webinars. Opportunities were created through international webinars to listen to the speakers from various countries. In a way, technology has been a ban also. The teachers were not able to reach all the students due to problems in connectivity. It can be beneficial only when the students are self-motivated. Personal relationship has been missing when learning takes place through online. Language-related practical activities like seminar, debates, and discussions are preferable and more effective only in offline learning situation. Health hazard and stress created due to online learning. In the contemporary scenario, students' exposure to English increases the chance of obtaining a decent job in multinational companies in India or abroad. Since English is the lingua franca, the language of the globe, it is mandatory for the college students belonging to any discipline to get the maximum exposure to English. As a part of their curriculum, they complete English syllabus in the examination. Yes, yet it is necessary on the part of the teachers of the English language to ensure that the students are knowledgeable enough to take up any interview in their future career. Further, our students should understand the necessity of English in the situation of socializing and entertainment as well as work. With the improvement in the technology, if all the students get access to net and get connected, the problem may be minimized. Another solution is all the students must be self-motivated and have a thirst for knowledge, which will enable them to gain more of it. Keeping in mind of these notions, the Department of English of our college focusing on developing the basic skills of English needed for them. Today's resource person, Dr. H.C. Aslam Khan, a knowledgeable person from Malaysia, and I welcome Dr. Khan on behalf of our college. I congratulate the Department of English for arranging such wonderful international webinar. Thank you.
Thank you, dear ma'am, for your wonderful presidential address. A good teacher who gives you something to take home, to think about besides homework. The session we await will definitely make us to think and take home besides our regular homework. I'm much honored in inviting our today's chief guest, Dr. H.C. Aslam Khan, Senior Academic and Executive Vice Chairman of Eric King Education Group, Malaysia, Council Member of NAPEI, Malaysia, Vice President of Malaysian Association of Education, to deliver lecture on embracing the new normal in English language education, contextualized best practices and solutions in challenging times, organized by the Department of English. So welcome, sir. Over to Dr. Aslam Khan.
Yeah, thank you very much, Dr. Sumati. Thank you for, for the introduction. Thank you so much. I'm so happy to be invited to Tamil Nadu to give this presentation. Not to say give, I would rather say is sharing. And like what I've said earlier, I'm not new to this place. Okay, Tamil Nadu, because my grandmother came from Tamil Nadu. That was many, 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 many years ago, and she speaks Tamil, and she speaks Tamil to me, so that's why I can speak Tamil. So once again, thank you to the M.V. Muthiah Government Arts College for Women. Yeah, thank you so much for inviting me. And I'd like to especially mention the Dr. G.S. Angeline, yeah, and also Dr. Lakshmini, the principal, and of course uh, you, Dr. Sumati, for keeping in touch with me to make today's session possible.
Most welcome, sir. We are honored, sir. Most welcome.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you so much.
We are honored,
I will
sir.
share with you some of the things, and then in this 1 hour, because I have another session later. I just finished one session in the morning, and later I have another session. But that's why I was a little bit of busy, trying to schedule my time with you, Dr. Sumati. Sorry about, keeping you waiting a little bit here and there, yeah?
No issues,
Sorry.
sir, no issues. Not at all an issue, sir. You're always welcome. Sir.
Good. God willing, inshallah, we are here today. Okay, I'm
Thank
going to
you.
share. Can you allow me to share my screen?
Please, sir. Please, sir. Go ahead, sir.
I'm not allowed to share screen. Can somebody make me the host?
Yes. Accepted, sir. Please, sir. Please proceed,
Okay.
sir.
Okay, can you see my screen now? Dr.
Yes,
Sumati?
sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes.
sir. We are able to see, sir. Yes, sir.
Clear? Very clear?
Very clear, sir.
Okay, good. I'm just thinking, if, let's say, if I move to scan number 2, can you see my screen number 2?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right. So this is the theme of today's presentation, as mentioned earlier on. All right, embracing the new normal. We have to embrace. So, ladies and gentlemen, esteemed educators and students and educationists, we need to understand that embracing the new normal is a necessity. Because of the pandemic, we have changed nearly everything now. All right, we have changed everything now. So it comes to a point where, we need to understand that we are now in the new normal. So when we are in the new normal, we need to contextualize all the best practices and the solutions that we have in these challenging times. All right, so we have to now embrace it, internalize it, okay, as educationists. Okay, can you all see my slide number 2 now?
Yes, sir. Yes.
So what we're going to do in this 1 hour is revisiting some underlying educational theories and concepts. I think all your professors will agree that if there are no underlying educational theories and concepts, we cannot make it happen. We cannot make it practical. So educational theories and concepts like what you all are studying now in college are very crucial. So pay attention to all these theories and concepts of your respected professors. All right. The second point here is understanding the new normal. Now people say, what actually is a new normal? And many are not, all right, aware that we are now in the new normal. And what does what do we need to envisage in the new normal? And then after that, we say that, okay, now we have challenges. Challenges are basically idealism versus realism. All right, what is idealism? What is realism? The idealism will be very, very ideal situation. Realism is very, very, a situation that's about reality. We can talk about idealism and everything is so perfect. But then again, when we talk about realism, then there are certain things that we take into considerations. There are many factors. And all these factors are related to policies, pedagogies, resources, technology, continuous professional development, and then the practitioners. That means people who are teaching, people are learning, the learners, and other related issues. And once we have that, we need to shift our education landscape. All right, the education landscape needs to be shifted for both practitioners and learners. So your professors and your lecturers or your academics they can do many things, okay, because they are the practitioners. And learners have to also shift. We can't just look at educationists, the practitioners shifting, but learners too. And then once we have shift, then we start thinking, are there any suggested practical or contextualized solutions in learning? Now, we talk about learning. Why do we mention learning? Because learning is more crucial than teaching. You can be the best teacher, but if learning doesn't take place, then you have not achieved the outcome. So what is crucial is the learning factor, whether our learners have, okay, achieve whatever, have received whatever we have provided, and whether our teachers have achieved the outcome. All right. So please understand that you are very free. I like to have this engagement. Yeah. So please at any time interrupt me and ask questions or clarifications and provide your views and your thoughts, because I want it to be two-way interaction. I don't want to be talking for 1 hour. All right. If there's anything, please interrupt at any time. Will that be okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, please, yeah. So Dr. Sumati, everyone is free to interrupt at any time, and then we'll have a kind of a two-way communication. All right. Now, are we all clear now? Are we clear with what we're going to have installed today?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Next. Now, what aspect of education doesn't change? You can be in a new normal, you can be in a conventional, or they say that the old ways, we are in a new ways, things like that. What doesn't change? This is something that all of us have to tell ourselves. There's something that never changed in education. All right? Something that never changed. What doesn't change? This doesn't change. Education needs to shift from teaching us facts to teaching us how to live extraordinary lives. Okay, so this quote from Vishen Lakhiani is very, very crucial for all of us as educators. Okay, it says that education needs to shift from teaching us facts to teaching us how to live extraordinary lives. Do you all agree with this line or with this quote? Yes, no?
We agree, sir.
Agree, right? We all have to agree. Okay? We all have to agree because Vishen Lakhiani, the founder of Mind Valley, has put it very appropriately. So whatever we do, okay, in learning and teaching, we have to shift from teaching facts to teaching our learners how to live extraordinary lives. So we are very clear about that, yeah? Okay. Now, then we have to ask ourselves, are we currently teaching or are we currently educating? There's a difference whether you want to be mere teaching or you want to be educating. So this is the difference. This is the difference. Dr. Sumati, are you there, Dr. Sumati? Dr. Sumati, are you there? Hello? Can you hear me?
Sir, I have some technical I'm not able to join.
Oh,
Aslam Khan,
yeah,
I'm very much here, sir. I'm very much here. Got some
you can,
technical problem.
oh, okay. All right, okay.
I'm very much here, sir.
Yeah. No, just that because I just want to check whether you all can see my screen and
Yeah,
hear
yeah,
me.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
Can,
sir.
huh?
We all could see your screen, sir. Yes, sir. Please proceed, sir.
So teach means to show or explain to do something, to encourage someone to accept. So you encourage the person to accept the fact or principle that you are giving. And then you give information or instruction. And then you cause someone to just learn and understand. And then you induce in them. But when you educate, you are inspiring, you are guiding, you are exemplifying. Okay? And you cause someone to apply and express. All right? And then to empower the person and to enlighten and to illuminate. Now that's the difference between teach and educate. So in general, an educator gives intellectual, moral, and social instruction. An educator is an experienced and trusted advisor. And finally, an educator advises and shows the way. It's not merely just teaching, but shows the way, advises, okay, gives intellectual, moral, and social instruction, and an experienced and trusted advisor. So if we can internalize these facts about what educating is all about and what teaching is all about, then we are able to put ourselves, all right, to put ourselves in a very position, strategic position to ensure that we are educationists who are changing lives. Okay, so this is very crucial. I hope everybody gets this point very clearly. Yeah, get this point very clearly. I hope everybody is getting it now. Okay. Okay, let's revisit or internalize the theories and concepts. So we are talking about theories and concepts, right? What actually are we talking about? What are these things that are so crucial? Like I mentioned earlier, your professors are sharing with you theories and concepts which you need to internalize. And then after that, you need to use the theories and concepts to change it into practical beings. Now, we all talk about IR 4.0, and soon it's going to be IR 5.0. Agree? Yes. So IR 5.0 is already in the pipeline, but IR 4.0 is all about this. The Industrial Revolution, IR 4.0 is there, and then we talk about the 6 C's, and then we talk about what is Education 4.0. Now these parts, okay, these parts, okay, these parts. So let's look at the Industry 4.0, the top part. Look at the image. We are now in the 4th Industrial Revolution. I think just now Professor Angeline has mentioned in her speech just now that whether you like it or not, we are in the Industrial Revolution 4.0, and we have to adhere to that. So Industrial 4.0 is very, based on use of cyber physical systems. So we are there. Okay, let's look at 21st century education and education 4.0. Now, when we talk about 21st century education, we talk about the 6 C's. Think critically, communicate clearly, work collaboratively, embrace culture, develop creativity, and utilize connectivity. But I put there +1. I've added another C. Okay. So what Alvin Toffler in his image, he talked about the 6 C's. Therefore, I've added one more: contextualization. Later, we'll understand why contextualization is so crucial. Yeah. And then we come to education 4.0. Now, you must remember that education 4.0 is something that we have practiced. So according to Peter Fisk, yeah, his idea about education 4.0, he says there are nine what? 9 elements. I think we have put into practice 21st century education. We have put into practice IR 4.0. We have put into practice education 4.0. But maybe we have not done it fully. All right, maybe the extent that we have indulged in all these 3 aspects may not have reached optimal level. Yeah. So, but education 4.0, it says the element number 1, anywhere, anytime. So therefore, education can happen anywhere, anytime. Now look at us. You are in Tamil Nadu now. I'm in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. So it is happening anywhere, anytime. Yeah. So in education 4.0, it can happen anywhere, anytime. And then it is personal. Learners are acquiring the learning aspect as a personal endeavor. And then the delivery can be flexible. That means there is nothing rigid. We talk about asynchronous and synchronous learning. So we have to look at that. It's flexible. All right. Online, offline. Okay. Then we talk about peers and mentors. We have peers, we have mentors. Okay. We don't always say that, you are better than me, I'm better than you. We are doing things as mentors and peers. And then why, where, not what and how. You don't say what, how. We say why and where. So this part here, the why and where, is the meaning of being critical constructively. Okay, then we have practical application. We are not learning, okay, the theories in a classroom just for theory's sake, but we are going to turn the theories, the underlying or underpinning elements in the theories, to make it practical in the application. And we have modular and projects. So it's project based, okay, rather than making it something that is an individual endeavor in looking at an aspect. So we can have project-based learning because it is all interrelated. And student ownership. Okay, the students, they have an ownership. So the onus is on the student. Okay, so we can't say that it's very teacher-centered. It is more of the learner-centered. And we talk about evaluation. We don't talk about examination because there's a difference between evaluation and examination. So we have to understand that boundary, yeah? Okay. So these 9 trends of education 4.0, I've mentioned earlier, Now look at the 4 that I've highlighted. Diverse time and place, personalized learning, exams will change completely, mentoring will become more important. So these four aspects are very crucial in the current pandemic situation, in the current new normal. Yeah, we call it the new normal. So these are very crucial. So far, okay, I was talking about the first aspect is the theories and the concepts. Are we okay? Any questions so far? Yes? I'm taking a 30-second break to listen to all of you so far. Any questions?
No, sir, it's very clear, sir. Thank you, sir. You can proceed, sir.
Everyone, all the students,
Yes, sir.
anybody else?
Yes, sir.
Any
Clear, sir.
postgraduates? Yeah, I can see certain
Very
names
clear,
like
sir.
Vishnu, Priya, I can see Archana, Sujana. Are you all clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Clear,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah. I want to listen to Helen, Sweta, Wasima, Sajana, Maria Priscilla, Abhinaya, Wasuki, Mala, Maniki. Are you all clear?
Yes, sir.
Good. Okay. So I can proceed now. Now, let's see. In 21st century education, just now I mentioned that we have the 6 C's plus 1. And I am repeating again, contextualization. Contextualization. So crucial. Yeah? Why? Because the conventions, these are the conventions. Yeah? Very common those days, right? Agree? This is a classroom, the convention. Everybody sitting, no social distancing. You know, no social distancing, all working like this happily, all looking at each other. Wow, everything is so nice and easy. You can have all this with you. All right? Everybody will like to have this, right? Discussion, focus on tasks, people are talking, you know, and people are moving around. However, okay, however, due to the pandemic, situations like this need situations like this need to be controlled and monitored. All right? And then we say, now we are in the new normal. What is the new normal now? In the new normal, there are challenges. In the new normal, we talk about realism and idealism. In the new normal, we have to start thinking about our perspective and our stance, our decision. Yeah, our stance, our decision. So the new normal, a previously unfamiliar or atypical situation that has become standard, usual, and expected. So now, what is the new normal? The new normal is what you are doing now. Very unfamiliar situation. But this unfamiliar situation where there's social distancing, wearing the mask, the shield, or minimal contact, on teaching online, using all the the digital platform, asynchronous, synchronous, all these things are now becoming familiar, becoming standard, is expected. So therefore, this is what the new normal is all about. So therefore, there's a shift. So remember I told you about the shift just now, the new normal and the shift. So this is the shift. It's no more, earlier on you have your friends, big groups, but now you are facing the laptop, facing the computer, or other digital modes, okay, or gadgets. So this is the new normal. You see, classroom is different now. Yeah. So look at the image on the right. Everybody is going into technology. And when we have all this technology in place, we have to face challenges. There are challenges. Okay. Now you see, it's not easy. This is a very interesting image. Yeah. Very interesting. Okay. Everybody, when sees this image, they feel so tickled, because sometimes sitting behind a laptop or a computer can be very taxing for certain learners. And you have the grandmother with a cane, you better pay attention. All right. So things like this are challenges. Yeah. But we also have the actual challenges. What is the actual key challenges in online learning and teaching? So in the new normal, we have these challenges. The 9 challenges. All right. What are they? Adaptability struggle. When we talk about adaptability struggle, we are talking about compatibility, encouraging collaboration, and loneliness. So people, okay, and learners and practitioners find it, oh, you know, how am I going to adapt? So they have adaptability struggle. And then we talk about technical issues, like just now we mentioned about connectivity and availability. And then we talk about staying connected, how we manage our time. And the fourth one, socio-economic factor or affordability. How are our learners going to afford technical support? If let's say there are 5 children in a family, all school going, can they have 5 laptops or PC or smartphone? So we need to understand the socio-economic factor. And then we talk about literacy, computer literacy, or digital competence, or lacking of technical skills. How many of our practitioners and learners are very competent? Okay? Very competent. So are there people, you know, who are lacking in skills? And then self-motivation. What about students who are passive? And where the learners are all not in the classroom. So what about the teachers? Are they able to check on the learners? All right. And are the learners active? So engaging learners, there's another factor. And then what about assessment and supervision? How do we go about looking at assessment supervision? What about a heavy load preparing online teaching? And what about the students' confidence? When the students cannot achieve certain level, they will lose confidence and then they will drop out. Now, please pay attention to these 9 key challenges. Any thoughts, any feedback?
We're just listening to you, sir.
Yeah, can you give me any feedback about these 9 challenges? Any thoughts? Any
We'll have
thoughts?
discussion at the end, sir. We'll have discussion at the end of the session, sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
all right. Then the most important is that we have solutions. All agree? A teacher or practitioner or educationist cannot say that, oh, we have challenges and that's it. We bury the challenges, we bury our efforts. No. To every challenge in education, there's always a solution, a practical solution. So remember, all teachers, remember, all educationists, remember that you'll never walk alone. You will get solutions. If you can't get solutions alone, you get from your team, because educationists don't work alone. Okay? What are solutions? We need to create a shift in the education landscape. How? Look at this. This is the focus shift. So in curriculum and syllabus priority, we need to focus more on the components and subject areas which are crucial. All right? We cannot be talking about 20, 30 focus components or subject areas. We have to prioritize, we call it prioritized the syllabus. Then resource support for teachers and learners. We need to provide resources and support, okay? Then we need to understand the pedagogical perspectives. All right? The mode of delivery, MOD, the learner autonomy, contextualized or centralized versus decentralized, remedial programs, empowerment, CPD, professional training. Then what about connectivity, community involvement, socioeconomic status and assistance, at-risk learners especially? And what about the governance and the policies? So this is the shift that we need to have as a practitioner, as a learner. And technology is very crucial. But the technology is a tool. Okay? Technology is a tool. Technology is a tool. So what should technology do? Look here. The 5 aspects that technology needs to do. Okay? Are we all right? Technology is, as a tool, is to provoke to try and master skill, encourage to co-create, inspire to explore beyond the tangible, raise interest in topics, themes, and contexts, motivate to engage in the real world. So that is technology. Remember this keyword there, technology is not the master. Technology is your servant. You are the master, but technology is your servant. So use technology to do all this, yeah? So remember that. Then we start thinking about challenges that we need to manage. So look at this short-term measures. We have long-term and short-term, okay? Long-term and short-term. And the shift just now, the 7 most powerful idea shifts in learning today. Yeah. From physical to digital, standards to habits, compliance to play, schools to communities, privacy to transparency, isolation to connectivism, okay, reaction to interaction. So there are 7 here. The 7 most powerful idea shifts in learning today. Okay? Are we okay so far?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we are all okay so far, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Good. All right. And we talk about testing and evaluation. We talk about testing and evaluation. All right. How do we test? Now, this is something you saw. Okay. All of us see. This is what the examination hall is all about. Agree? All agree. Yeah. How things are done in examination. But in the new normal, assessment and evaluation, they are changed. Look here, like EduSync providing a solution. Everything is digital. Everything is digital. They use standardized assessments using technology. So learners do individual, follow the education 4.0, they do individually, and then all whatever they have done is given to a central point and automatic distribution to 1,000 over certified professors to a dedicated evaluator platform. And then within 24 hours, the students will be able to get their results. So you needn't have to have the physical classes for assessment. We use technology. And remember, technology can't replace teachers, but teachers who use technology will replace teachers who don't. So keep this keyword, yeah? Please keep this
Yes, sir.
keyword. Technology cannot replace teachers. I agree. You can have the best technology, but if no teachers, the technology doesn't work. But if teachers who don't use technology, they will be replaced by teachers who use technology. So this is very, very crucial, this point. Yeah? Even though technology is our servant, but we need to learn how to use technology. Why? Because technology is crucial. All right, even though it's a servant, because in education 4.0, we use in English language teaching and learning, we have the natural language processing aspect. Okay, human and computers, they are interacting using the language. Okay, so data is being processed. All right, and then you get results. So technology is crucial because you need to understand the language of technology. You need to understand the language of computers. Then we will collaborate to get the best results. So now these are some of the points. Don't worry. We are looking at solutions. So when you are transit transit from the conventional to the new normal, not to worry. It takes time. It cannot happen overnight. Okay? So you shift from public space to personal space. The delivery methods you change from individualized, from one size fits all to individualized and differentiated learning. So you are now shifting that. Evaluations from final exam, you shift to formative assessment. The responsibility in teaching and learning process, you move to active participation of household members. So not to worry. You don't make the change, don't make the shift immediately. It takes a little bit of time, but you have the transition point, how you shift, yeah? And then remember contextualize. When it is shift in pedagogy, the implication is this: you contextualize and personalize your pedagogical shift. You must contextualize. If you're in Tamil Nadu, if you're doing the national curriculum, you contextualize according to the needs of your learners in Tamil Nadu. All right? India is so huge. You have New Delhi, Uttar Pradesh, or Chennai or whatever. So you use the same curriculum, the same syllabus, but you contextualize according to the needs of your learners in your own context. Okay? It's not one size fits all, yeah? So you can use flipped classroom, okay, traditional versus flipped classroom. Okay, you can use blended learning. All these are solutions. You will do more into it later on, yeah? And then you look at the 5E instructional model, where you can use this to maximize in the new normal. Engage, explore, explain, elaborate, evaluate. So use this. Okay, use this. Okay? And then you need to understand that in the instructional a language or instructions that you use, classroom instructions or whatever methodology, I came up with this Aslam. So I've suggested an online teaching methodology. The acronym is Aslam. So you activate, you share, you learn, you apply, and then you move. So how do you go about it? So please look at it. This is a suggested acronym Aslam. How you go when you're doing online teaching? This is your methodology, because you can't do face-to-face. So capture these different aspects in online teaching. You have activate. What do you do in activate? What do you do in share? What do you do in learning? What do you do in applying? And then you move. So if you look at it, activate in online teaching methodology is equivalent to set induction in face-to-face. Share is presentation and practice in face-to-face. Learn, development, and production in face-to-face. Apply, homework practice in face-to-face. Move, conclusion, and what's next in face-to-face. So you can use this, but remember, look at the top right-hand corner. Teachers' talking time is to be reduced and students' involvement is to be prioritized for maximum learning to take place. Okay? Okay, let me move on quickly before we come to question and answer. Suggested contextualized practice, you can use this. This is the approach. Just now I was looking at the online methodology, the micro. So the macro can be this one, the practical approach. You put a theme there, you put a topic there, then you come up with an instruction or procedure or activities, and then you put the underlying principles and beliefs, then you come up with the outcome, and remarks. So when you do this, then you are able, this is for literature, yeah, teaching literature, then you're able to tell yourself that, hey, I'm guided with the macro, I'm guided with the micro. So remember this. This is my quote. A pertinent point to note and ponder. Contextualize and justify your selection of all the mentioned task activities based on your learner's language competence, maturity, learning styles, acceptance, socioeconomic status, syllabus and curriculum requirements, availability of resources, and other factors which, to your knowledge, will affect learning. Being, the practitioner or the practitioner, you know best of the content and pedagogical needs of your learners. You are the master of your learners' needs. You are the master of technology. You are the master of syllabus. You're master of pedagogy. So you are the person. It's all in your hands. Okay? That's my quote. And as a conclusion, online learning. Okay, in the new normal, we are not talking about, it's not just about online learning in the new normal. Okay, it is more than that. We cannot be looking at Bloom taxonomy, the cognitive aspect. All right, not only the Bloom taxonomy, the cognitive, but we need to look at Maslow theory of needs. All right, here they are. Remember, we have to reflect these aspects. Yeah, it is Maslow before Bloom. It is more of the learner needs rather than just the cognitive. There must be equity. Everything is equal for everyone. There must be multiple pathways of learning delivery. There must be lots of funding so that every learner and teacher will have the necessary resources. Yeah, there are 9 here. And then you must have very sound pedagogy. And then you must review the purpose of assessment and grades. More of evaluation rather than just examination. And then there must be good ties between the community, the external partnership with your institution. So we need to understand that there must be lots of privacy, safety, security, and digital well-being. And of course, flexibility, adaptability, and empathy. These are essential skills, okay, in these difficult times, in these challenging times. So remember, just now talking about Bloom's taxonomy and Maslow's hierarchy of needs. So we try to focus more on Maslow's hierarchy of needs rather than the cognitive Bloom taxonomy. Yeah. So food for thought before we finish. Are there opportunities granted to us in this new normal? My question is yes. When you are in the new normal, you will be having opportunities for research innovations, technological innovations, and socio-economic interventions. So they are, all right? And the key word in the new normal is contextualization. Just contextualize your learning and teaching according to the needs of your learners based on the resources available. One hat doesn't fit all. Okay? So these are the 10 questions for reflection. You can snap it and keep it. Snap it and keep it. You must answer this question always as a reflection. And then try to tell yourself that if I can answer these 10 pertinent questions in the best possible way, I'm ready. And my hope is that today our new normal exposes what was wrong with our old normal yesterday and sets us up for a better normal tomorrow. So on that note, I thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Aslam Khan. It's really a wonderful session. Can we have a discussion session now? I request the audience, if you have any questions, please interact with our chief guest. Friends, students, if you have any questions, please proceed. Yes.
No question, ma'am. Just I thank for him.
Proceed.
Hi, sir.
Yes, hi.
I'm Vishnupriya, student of this college, sir.
Yes.
Very easy to understand, sir, and very much clear because your presentation and also your lecture. Wonderful lecture, sir.
My pleasure. Yes.
And also the middle of the section, you're asking for us challenges,
Yes.
new normal challenges, and also 9 challenges key.
Yeah.
We are also facing the same challenges, sir, the technical problems also here.
Yes. What's your name again? Sorry.
Sir?
Vishnu.
Oh, Vishnu.
Yes.
Okay. You are a student doing PhD or masters?
UG, sir, UG final year.
Sorry?
She's an
UG,
undergraduate student, sir.
Oh, undergraduate. Okay, yes. So what are your comments? What are your remarks? And what are you going to do with all these challenges?
Sir? I'm not
What
clear your voice, sir.
what are you going to do with these challenges? What are you going to do with these challenges?
We're going to online class also, sir.
Yeah. So you have the challenges what I've mentioned, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
And also,
And
technology is not your servant, you're the master. Technology is your servant. That's very much interesting, sir.
yeah. Never let technology control your teaching and learning. You control technology. Okay?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes.
And also
Anything?
suggest your online teaching, sir. Active,
Yes.
share, learn, apply, and move. That's also very much
Yeah.
interesting, sir.
Okay, use the acronym so you remember Aslam every time.
Yes, sir. So, sure, sir. Thank you, sir. Hope this we expect more webinars with you, sir.
Inshallah, God willing.
Okay, sir.
Great.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Any more? Dr. Sumati, is the
Yes, sir.
presentation clear?
Yeah, wonderful, sir. Really wonderful. Very remarkable, sir. Meaningful, useful, informative, very informative, thought-provoking. We enjoyed, sir, especially your accent was really excellent.
Thank you so much. I always have a soft spot for India
Thank you, sir.
because of my grandmother. I will do my best for India every time. So I have other invitation to do. So I try to schedule it within the time that I have because I've been asked to do a few other presentations in other countries also. I'll do my best. Yeah.
If you happen
So
to visit India, especially in near future, when you come to Tamil Nadu, please do inform us, sir. We'll arrange for an international conference within the campus.
yes,
We'll
sure.
invite you, sir.
Yeah. Hopefully the situations becomes better and things become, more control. Then, it'll be much better. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Welcome, sir. Any more questions? Any questions or suggestions you have? Anybody would like to have an interaction with our chief guest?
Yes.
Yes,
Any
anybody,
more
please?
questions?
Sir, good afternoon, sir. A very good afternoon to you. Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, I can hear you.
Can you hear me, sir?
Is that Surya Baba?
Suryana, Sangeeta, நான் அப்படியே proceed பண்ணிடுறேன்.
Hello.
Yes. Yes, I can hear you.
Sir, good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, good
You
afternoon.
have given a very clear presentation, sir. Thank you so much for giving us to hear your lecture. It's a very good opportunity for us. Sir, I have a question, sir.
Yes.
In the current pandemic scenario, the teachers teach the students on online modes only. Could you please brief us What are the barriers of online teaching and how can we overcome those barriers, sir? Because we belong to the rural area.
Yeah.
So please brief us. What are the barriers and how can we overcome those barriers, sir? Please.
Yeah. Okay. Just remember this. I told you all just now that contextualize the teaching and learning. You cannot just do what others are doing. Do it according to what you have. If you think so, in the rural areas, you don't have enough laptops for the students, then you have to start thinking about the alternatives. So maybe 20, 30 students can come to one hall, put one big screen there with one laptop, and you see 30 students doing one laptop. Because you cannot have an individual laptop, then you have to think about remember I said the community has to come in, the community around there, the people around there, and then get them involved in teaching and learning. In this pandemic, everyone needs to be involved. If in a very rural area, you cannot have a good connection, find one place that can have a good connection, bring all the learners there, follow the SOP with the mask and everything, put them in a huge hall, in a huge area with one big screen, at least something is happening there. Don't say, oh, I don't have laptop, therefore I cannot teach, no learning taking place. No, never give up. We must think about alternatives, yeah? Is that okay? Find ways.
Thank you.
Contextualize it. Don't worry. Nobody is going to say you are right or wrong because you contextualize according to your learners, your resources, where you are. Make the best of what you have. All right? Cannot do individually, do in a community. So keep on trying new things, yeah? Will that be okay?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you,
Okay,
sir.
good. All right. Any more questions?
Friends, do we have any suggestions or requests or questions with our chief guest?
Yeah.
If not, because sir is moving for the next conference and he is waiting for it. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Shall
Thank
we?
you so
Yes.
much.
Yes,
Dr.
sir.
Sumati, thank you
Yes, sir.
so much for inviting me. It's my pleasure to be here. And I would like to take this opportunity to thank the principal, and the professors all just now, the names that I've mentioned earlier, and you and all the participants. Thank you again for having me. God bless all of you. Stay safe. And inshallah, God willing, we'll meet again. So thank you so much. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Indeed, I have taken this opportunity to propose vote of thanks, sir. Give a man a fish and you feed him for a day. Teach a man to fish and you feed him for a lifetime. This is a very popular quote, no? The quality
Yes.
of teaching, the united work culture of our college taken us to the next level in sustaining high standard, elevated status and remarkable progress. In this
Yeah.
regard, I'm much delighted to thank our respected principal, Dr. D. Lakshmi, whose guidance and able leadership is always a motivating factor to keep us learning from her. Thank you, dear ma'am. I'm much honored to thank our today's chief guest, Dr. H.C. Aslam Khan, for his energetic, enthusiastic, zealous, diligent, enchanting lecture on embracing the new normal in English language education, contextualized best practices and solutions in challenging times. So the session was really vibrant and enlightening. Also, your accent of the language and the presentation, especially 4.0, and the technology cannot replace teachers. The acronym for Islam, activate, share, move, apply, learn, kept us spellbound and mesmerizing. Thank you very much, dear sir. My profound thanks to my beloved
Head of the Department of English, an eminent scholar, Dr. G.S. Angelin, for her constant support and meaningful guidance right from the day one. Thank you, dear ma'am. My heartfelt special thanks to my senior colleague, Dr. Enola Aruchelvi Parvata, and my dearest friends for all your overwhelming enthusiastic participation and continuous stupendous effort for all the initiatives taken in the department. Thank you, dear friends. My sincere and special thanks to technical coordinators, Ms. D. Sangeeta and Ms. Anushya, for their valuable technical support for this international seminar. Indeed, I'm much grateful to all the guest faculties, especially to Kartiki Jyoti and my beloved students of UG and postgraduate students of the Department of English for your wholehearted cooperation and for the successful completion of this one-day international virtual seminar. Once again, my special thanks to everyone. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for joining. Really, we are so honored. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We'll
Bye
keep in
bye.
touch with you, sir. Bye, sir.
Yeah,
Bye, sir.
stay
Thank you,
safe.
sir.
Yeah. Take care. Take
Yes,
care.
sir.
Bye bye, everyone.
Bye, sir.
Bye
You too. Take care, sir. Bye, sir. Thank you,
bye.
sir.
Bye.
Bye, sir.
Yeah. God bless everyone. Bye bye.
Thank you,
Thank you,
sir.
sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Bye bye.
Thank you, sir.
Sorry.